It quickly becomes apparent that Daijin is in a surveillance room. Daijin is surprised to see that almost every inch of the anime superstar set is visible. He concludes there must be hidden cameras on set.
Oh my. Well, I certainly didn't expect that. Hanakai Couture, you've been very naughty indeed.
Daijin looks at the screens and assesses any blind spots on set. Just then, he hears the door close and he hides under the desk. He notices a security guard inspecting the room. The guard says,
"Director, we've been breached. I'm not sure if the culprit is still here. I'll review the video footage and report back."
The man inspects the room but doesn't find Daijin. He goes over to the main monitor to review the video footage. Daijin surveys his options. Daijin goes to slink out from under the table but Rick sees him make a run for the door. Daijin tries to outrun him but Rick bounds towards him and grabs him by the neck.
"You're coming with me, Cat."
The queens enter as the 7 deadly sins. Aomin enters as lust, Kei as envy, Junta as pride, Elle as sloth, Esdeath as gluttony, Yurio as greed and Olivier as wrath. They all take their poses as if working the camera.
It's a new day in the workroom and it feels correct. I come in as lust. 2 wins and the hottest member of the cast. Should Ash and Yugi just crown me already?
The queens all gather around the workroom table. Elle congratulates Team Junta for winning last week. Junta thanks them and says it feels great to have won. He says it is wonderful to have 2 wins and looks pointedly at Esdeath. Esdeath holds his gaze and tells him she has a higher PPE than him because he's been mostly safe this competition. She says her second win this week will mean she has complete control of the competition. Junta says the only second she is getting this week is a second low placement.
Junta, I do love it when you get fired up. It makes me want to beat you that much more.
Esdeath is no longer in control of this competition, and it is time for her to go. I'll take my 3rd win this week and prove her game is slipping through her fingers.
Ash enters the workroom and greets the queens.
Konnichiwa queens, we're getting closer to the finale and it's time to thin the herd. You've had 7 weeks together. Yugi and I were wondering, how well do you know your fellow queens? For this week's mini challenge, we decided to do away with puppets. Instead, you have to create a 15 to 30 second confessional speaking as if you were one of the queens. Whoever does the best will win a generous tip from Hanakai Couture and will get an advantage in this week's Maxi Challenge.
This is fun. As we saw in the Snatch game, I can do impressions. I hope I get K. I know exactly what I would do in the confessional.
The queens all draw the contestant they must impersonate. Ash then tells them to grab any props they need and he takes them to the confessional booth.
Let the confessional parody begin. First up we have Kei doing his confessional as Aomin.
Viewers at home, I'm just so hot. I've got a great body. I just love to take off my shirt and roll my body. Have I mentioned I have a great body? When I win this competition I'll wear nothing but the crown as I strut the runway. The viewers will love it. You can look but don't touch.
Now for Yurio as Kei.
Sorry, let me just wipe away that tear. Gosh, crying again. I'm just so grateful to be here. It's such an honor. Oh my god. The judges gave me great feedback again. I'm sobbing. Sorry viewers. I am crying again. It's just so nice to be here. Wow, I've got such a hot boyfriend. Sorry, I'm just so grateful to have a hot boyfriend. Let me wipe away another tear.
And now for Elle as Olivier.
Justice. Morality. I'm the 6th and current reigning Miss Anime. It's important for you to do the right thing at all times. The rules must be obeyed no matter what. I will follow the rules of this competition no matter what. Everyone else should do the same. Especially Mew too.
And now for Esdeath as Junta. This should be fun.
Esdeath is my mortal enemy. I want to crush her into the ground. 1 win and a few high placements, and she thinks she's that bitch. I cannot wait to knock her down a peg. I'm not obsessed with her at all. Just let me talk about her in another confessional. She is the worst. Let me keep talking about how much I want to beat her, so I have a storyline this season. Oh, and I'm Japan's hottest man. Not Tatsumi, not Esdeath. Me. I'm so hot. People should be pregnant just looking at me.
And now for Aomin as Elle.
I'm a conceptual queen. I'm extremely intelligent. I use big words all the time. I'm positively, astronomically, consequentially the most phantasmic queen in the infinitely expanding universe. Do my fans want me to win this week? I am inclined to acquiesce to their request. It means yes.
Next is Olivier as Yurio.
Wow, the other Yuri is here. He's such a crybaby. I'm the best Yuri. I'm really serving this competition. My best performance was... Yeah, I can't remember either. I'm the name on everyone's lips, except for the viewers. They've probably forgotten who I am. This week will be my week. To go home.
And finally, Junta as General Esdeath.
I'm that bitch. Yes, you know I am. I'm the villain of the season. I'm so talented. Oh look, I have my foot on these queens' throats. Another high placement, don't mind if I do. Tatsumi, trash. Junta, trash. Almin, already eliminated. Trash. I'm going to win this season. The judges love me. Of course they do, who wouldn't? I can do anything. I'm General Esdeath. That's Esdeath with double D's. I'm beautiful. I'm a model. I look like Linda Evangelista. I could be rated the hottest man in Japan in 2025. Just crown me already.
Oh Queens, that was absolutely outrageous. Who'd have thought you were harboring all that shade? Well, it's a tough one, but we've made a decision. Olivier, congratulations, you're the winner of this week's mini challenge and you've just got yourself a 100,000 yen tip courtesy of Hanake Couture.
Oh, excellent. The momentum continues. Am I the front runner now? No bottom 2 placements, 2 wins, and an unimpeachable performance throughout the competition. Maybe I am.
Damn it. I thought crying as Kei would get me the mini challenge win for sure. Could it be that Yuri Katsuki isn't Japan's biggest crybaby after all? I jest. I really like Kei.
Queens, we've tested your design skills, your improv skills, and your talent. Now we want to know if you can act.
Stop it. Ash Yugi, you shouldn't have. It's not like acting is my day job or anything. I couldn't possibly.
Queens, we've decided you'll star in Romance in the Court, a forbidden prince's love story.
Oh, excellent. This should involve a lot of overacting. Let me look dramatically at the camera and take a sharp intake of breath. Did you catch that, Edward? You can give me the Golden Globe now.
Olivier, as the winner of the mini challenge, you will assign the roles. Here's the twist, though, you need to assign them before you read the script. I'll give you a 1-sentence description of the character and you tell me who you're assigning it to.
Okay, I can do this. My goal is to assign everyone a role that will let them shine.
She said she would assign the roles fairly. Yawn. I like Olivier, but that's such a boring thing to do. If it were me, I'd set everyone up to fail. Viewers, wouldn't that be more entertaining?
The Prince Royal affair, the oldest prince who is to be married to the Princess Bella Morta from a neighboring kingdom. He is next in line to the throne. Roy is the master of deadpan. Olivier, who will you assign this to?
That sounds like a perfect role for Kei.
Wow. I think the prince will be the main role. I'm glad, this is very much in my wheelhouse. I'll have to thank Olivier.
Very good. Next is Prince Blandin Alifair, the younger brother to the Prince Roy. He's second in line to the throne but seems more interested in playing sport. Olivier, who will you assign this to?
Thanks, Ash. I'll assign this to Omin.
Almin nods approvingly. Esdeath lets out an audible yawn. The queens all turn to her. Olivier cocks an eyebrow at her. Esdeath plays it off as if she were just tired. Olivier looks at her suspiciously but goes back to assigning roles.
Olivier, the next role is Prince Roy's servant Amaris who hides a secret. Who will you assign this role to?
Thanks, Ash. This feels like it's in Junta's wheelhouse.
Excellent. Servant with a secret. I'll keep you guessing right till the very end.
Olivier, it seems you're playing very fair with these castings. I would expect nothing less from you. The next role is Queen Beatrice Loved, or B for short. She wants to see her Roy marry for love but also to secure the realm.
Thanks, Ash. This seems perfect for me. I'll take this role, please.
Esdeath lets out another audible yawn. Olivier snaps her gaze to Esdeath and looks at her intently. She asks what Esdeath is doing. Esdeath says she is doing nothing. Olivier says that is the second time Esdeath has loudly yawned. Esdeath said she's just sleep-deprived and a little bit bored. Olivier asks her what she means. Esdeath says Olivier's choices are fine but a bit predictable. Olivier says she wants to play fair and give everyone a role that allows them to succeed. Esdeath says that's fine and looks at her nails. Olivier glares at her and looks back to Ash.
Esdeath can sod off. I like Esdeath, but I'm playing fair. I'm not a shady queen who sets people up to fail. I want to beat the best, and that means giving them the best chance to succeed.
By all means, set us up for success. Just don't be upset when I outshine you. You had your chance to sabotage me. It's on you that you didn't take it.
Oh my, Esdeath has some opinions on the casting process. Next is the Princess Bellamorda, who hails from a neighboring kingdom and is betrothed to Prince Roy. She's beautiful and haunting, though some say she wants more than just the prince. Olivier, who do you want to assign this role?
Thanks, Ash. I think I'll assign this to...
Uriel jumps in and says he wants the role. Olivier looks at him in surprise and says it's a perfect role for Esdeath. Uriel says that's why Olivier shouldn't give it to her and to instead give it to him. Uriel says he wants to challenge himself and show the judges' versatility. Esdeath looks at Uriel and her eyes narrow. Olivier says she is going to give it to Esdeath. Esdeath considers this for a moment but says she doesn't want it. If Uriel wants it, he can have it. Olivier looks visibly irritated.
I don't know what Esdeath is playing at. She's been a good sister to me, but she's being extremely disrespectful in this moment.
Viewers, can I tell you something? My shoulders are very sore at the moment. It's the weight of having to carry the first season of Anime Superstars. I'm surprised by Yurio. Finally, someone is standing up to me that isn't Junta. It seems Yurio came to play this week. Come on, Yurio. Let's see if you can swim with the sharks, or whether I will eat you up, as I have with so many others before you.
Olivier looks at Esdeath annoyed but says it's fine, she'll give the role to Uriel. Uriel holds Esdeath's gaze and Esdeath smirks at him.
I've been on autopilot this competition. It's time for me to make some moves or go home. Just watch me this week, viewers. It's time for a shakeup.
Gosh, the casting is getting spicy. The next is the court wizard and scholar, Abracadabra, who solves mysteries in his spare time.
Excellent. This role is made for me.
Olivier, who will you assign this to?
Esdeath jumps in to ask if she can have this role, ignoring Elle's protests. Elle says this role would be perfect for him and he would rather play a familiar role after being in the bottom last week. Olivier says the role does fit Elle best. Esdeath says fine, if Elle wants to play it safe again, who is she to argue?
I have to say, this is a bit underhanded from Esdeath. I can see she is stirring the pot, but there is an element of truth in what she says. Maybe I am playing it too safe.
Do you know what I hate? I'm actually living for Esdeath stirring the pot. She's deliberately being obtuse just to make good TV. I really hope that whatever the last role is, it massively backfires in Esdeath's face. Could you imagine?
Well, that just leaves Sir Hitchelot, who has been appointed by the crown to officiate the wedding of Roy and Bella. He's an older, kind gentleman with absolutely no secrets. Esdeath, that's your role by deduction.
God damn it. I fucked myself. This is far and away the least interesting role. This is what I get for making good TV. Still, if I can place high in a design challenge wearing swamp green, you can trust I can win a challenge with a small role.
Excellent. Esdeath is playing a small role this week. This is our week to take her out.
I'm pissed. Look, Esdeath can play whatever mind games she wants to, but we've just started becoming close. I would have appreciated her support.
The queens move into smaller groups to learn the script. Esdeath and Elle find a table together. Esdeath says she's been meaning to talk to Elle for a few weeks now. She says he's a very smart queen and Esdeath admires his wit. Elle thanks her and says while he's proud of his performance at Anime Superstars, he hasn't been the most consistent.
I'm glad Esdeath invited me over to her table. While Mewtwo was my closest friendship, I get on well with most queens here, though I know very little about Esdeath. She seems to have taken a liking to me, for what reason I'm not entirely sure. I've deduced we're both curious people, which makes conversation an easy back and forth.
Esdeath says to Elle he is a great designer with a real eye for fashion. Elle thanks her and said it's probably because he's been hyper-fixated on fashion since he was a kid. Elle said he didn't have a great childhood, so he immersed himself in different interests to escape his home life. He says it was better for him not to be around his parents, so he spent much of his childhood alone. Esdeath says she is sorry that happened to him and that she came from a similar home life. Elle says he could have guessed. Esdeath looks at him and asks him what he means. Elle says Esdeath has built up a strong character which he guesses was probably a means of surviving what she went through. Esdeath considers this for a moment and says Elle is correct. She says that while she does care about people, she often doesn't show it in a deep and meaningful way. She prefers a fun back and forward and to show her care through her actions. Elle says he can see that, though he has noticed Esdeath has had some moments of kindness throughout the competition, like taking Yuri under her wing. Esdeath sighs. She says that even though she is honest and plays up her villain side for the screen time, she still tries to help people who deserve it. She tells Elle not to let the others know that she has a soft side, otherwise she'll end him. Elle bursts into laughter and says her secret is safe with him. They both look back to the script and begin learning their lines. Elsewhere, Olivier and Junta are chatting, practicing their lines. Olivier sees Esdeath and Elle laughing at another table and she seems visibly irritated. Junta stops his practice and asks her if she is okay. Olivier nods firmly and goes back to practicing. Junta continues to look at her until she speaks. Olivier takes a sharp breath and says she is still feeling annoyed at how Esdeath undermined her during the assignment of roles. Junta nods empathetically and asks her what exactly it was that annoyed her. Olivier said she felt undermined by Esdeath, who she now considers a friend. Olivier said it goes deeper than that though. Junta asks her what she means. Olivier says she's had to fight tooth and nail to get where she is today. Olivier comments that she's had to deal with many toxic men as she's climbed her way up the ranks as an officer. She said while not everyone has been toxic, she's experienced sexism and belittlement just because she is a female officer. Olivier comments she's had to work twice as hard as everyone else to get half as far and she's only done it following the rules and having an unimpeachable reputation. Olivier explains this is why she is such a stickler for the rules and Junta nods.
It's all starting to make sense now. Olivier hasn't been allowed to put a foot out of line. Otherwise she knew it would be used against her. Law and order helped her succeed, and I suspect it's why she feels so uncomfortable making selfish or shady decisions. I respect her for it, though I wish she could feel confident letting her guard down in this competition.
Junta says he understands completely. He says he really respects her dedication to her career and her strength of character is an asset. Junta says she should stay true to her character, though not be afraid to have fun and relax around the queens. While she may have to be strong and rule-abiding as an officer, she is accepted here for who she is and she can allow herself to exhale. Olivier considers this and thanks Junta, saying that sounds nice. She thanks Junta and comments he's been a good friend in this competition and she's glad she joined the Pretty People's Alliance.
I appreciate Junta's counsel. He's right. I'm proud of what I've done up until this point, but it's time for me to totally let loose and trust there won't be someone ready to knife me in the back.
Elsewhere, Kay and Ao Min are sitting together and holding hands and reading the script. Kay looks up at Ao Min in alarm, stating that he has a kissing scene with Junta's character. Kay panics and says he'll ask production if they can cut that from the script as he doesn't want things to be awkward. Ao Min smiles at Kay and says he isn't bothered. Kay looks at him in surprise. Ao Min says it's just part of the gig and that a kiss like this doesn't mean anything. Kay looks concerned but Ao Min reassures him it's okay. Kay relaxes. Ao Min adds that he appreciates Kay being concerned about this as it shows he cares about their relationship.
Here's the thing, I'm easygoing. The kiss doesn't mean anything, so why should I feel threatened by it? It's all about intention. Kay and I have talked and we want an exclusive relationship. Kay takes being in a relationship seriously, so it's easy to trust him. When you're with a good person, you don't need to feel worried that they'll betray you.
Yurio comes over to ask if he can join Ao Min and Kay. Ao Min says, of course. Yurio thanks them. Kay begins chatting excitedly to Yurio about his role as the prince, stating it's hilarious that their characters are betrothed. Yurio quietly watches Kay and smiles.
Damn it, he's so nice. Even I can't dislike Kay. He's a Labrador meets Golden Retriever.
Yurio turns to Ao Min and starts trying to make small talk. He says Ao Min must go to the gym a lot given the size of his chest. Ao Min looks at him oddly but smiles and says he is a gym rat.
The size of his chest? Jesus, that was an embarrassing turn of phrase. I have no idea what the heck to talk to our Min about. We have nothing in common, I fear. So I blunder into a comment about him going to the gym. It's something at least.
Yurio seemed so awkward asking me about my gym workout. It was hilarious in an endearing way. He's really trying to make friends and I appreciate it, so I explained to him my gym routine and how I train for basketball. He showed a lot of interest. I did the same, asking him how he keeps condition for figure skating. He talked about when he was taught ballet to improve his flexibility and precision in figure skating. If you'd have told me a few weeks ago that I would be talking fitness with Yurio, I would have laughed.
Just before the queens go to the acting studio, Yurio says he wants to mention something quickly. He comments that he wants to form a resistance and he was hoping Aomin and Kei would join him. Yurio says Esdeath has production wrapped around her finger and it's clear Ash and Yugi are living for her. He says that they need to take Esdeath out or try and weaken her game. Aomin and Kei consider this and ask Yurio to go on. Yurio says they need to take out Esdeath or seconding that, take out Olivier so that Esdeath has no allies in the competition. Kei nods enthusiastically and Aomin considers this. Kei says he agrees that something needs to be done and maybe it's time to make a move soon. Aomin says sure, he is happy to be part of the resistance, he's happy to just roll with where the game goes. Yurio and Kei fist bump.
So I haven't totally thought it through. I'm not 100% what the right move is, and I know Olivier is part of the Pretty People's Alliance. But there's no doubt that she and Esdeath are two powerhouses who look on track to make it to the finale. It gives me pause to think Yurio has a point. For now I think I'll join the resistance and we'll make our move when the time is right.
The queens arrive on set. Yugi greets them and begins directing the acting challenge. The queens move through their sections and the filming appears to be going well.
I'm feeling good about my performance as Bella Morta. She's just the right amount of intrigue and deception. Kei and Junta are doing well, and I think Olivier chose well being the Queen Mother. Aomin's performance is a bit one-note, and El's performance is fine though he is just playing himself. He shot himself in the foot choosing this role.
About halfway through, Kei and Junta's character share a kiss. Junta recoils and Yugi calls cut. Yugi asks if everything is okay and Junta looks away from the queens.
I have to tell you what happened. I simply must. Without spoiling anything, Junta and Kei's characters share a kiss halfway through. This wasn't awkward necessarily, as it was in the script, though what was awkward was what happened next. I'm not sure if it's because he's pent up, but after kissing Kei, Junta's face went bright red. I am still laughing, thinking about it. Sorry, I'll compose myself. Unfortunately, after that, I couldn't quite take the rest of the script seriously. It was so amusing to me that I flubbed a few lines. Honestly, though, I needed a good laugh.
I don't want to talk about it. I got a bit flustered after the kiss because I didn't want things to be awkward with Aomin. I also haven't seen my husband in weeks, so it was a perfect storm.
The final scene ends with a kiss between Esdeath and another queen. The queens finish filming, put on their outfits for the main stage and hit the runway.
Welcome to the main stage of Anime Superstars. I'm the mother of Season 1, Gone but not forgotten, the one and only Mewtwo. I'm your extra special guest judge this week and it's my moment. Make sure you take in all this opulence. If that green turtle tries to take my moment again, I'll show them why you don't mess with the original Pokemon villain.
I agree that you don't mess with Mewtwo. Remember when you turned me to stone when I tried to interfere in your battle with Mew?
Indeed. I considered doing it again after you eliminated me last week.
Oh my.
This week the queens were asked to.
Wait, Mewtwo. The guest judges normally ask Yugi and I a question.
Ash, is this your moment or my moment?
Point well made.
This week the queens were asked to overact in Romance in the Court, a forbidden prince's love story. Queens, good luck and don't fuck it up.
The queens will now walk the runway. Category is Crown Me Eleganza. Kei and Esdeath slayed the runway.
This week I've decided to switch it up. Normally I'm serving happy and bright colors, but this week I've stolen Esdeath's aesthetic and I'm the Queen of the North. I'm in a stunning deep blue dress with jewels dripping off me like icicles in a dark lip. I'm coming for the crown, and those who stand in my way should be afraid.
Junta, Olivier, Aomin, and Elle had a great runway.
I decided this week to go down a conceptual route. The theme was Crown Me, so I come out in a bedazzled hospital gown. When I get to the end of the runway, I fall down and begin to scream. Ash and Yugi momentarily panicked until they realized it was part of the performance. I continue pushing until the baby is thrust out from below my gown. I then cradle the baby as I finish the runway, showing the importance of the parent-child bond.
Yurio had a good runway.
For my Crown Me Eleganza, I come out in a shaped white gown. My silhouette is as close to an hourglass as I can manage. My waist is so cinched I can hardly breathe. But as they say, fashion is pain. And anyone who tells you otherwise isn't serving it right.
Great work, queens, that runway was a serve. Now, it's time for Romance in the Court, a forbidden prince's love story. Queens, let's take a watch.
By the power vested in me, by Queen Beatrice loved, I, Sir Hitchelot, declare you, Princess Bella Morta, and Prince Roy Alifair married, unless anyone here objects.
Stop! I, Abracadabra, court wizard, detective, and definitely not a necromancer, command this wedding halt.
Abra, what is the meaning of this? As Queen Mother, I order you to stand down so that my oldest son may marry and secure peace with Bella's kingdom.
But you see, Beatrice, there are many secrets afoot, and I have uncovered them all.
Secrets? What secrets?
Well, first, let me reveal the secret of Prince Roy Alifair.
But Abra, I have no secrets. I'm an open book. I'm very much in love and ready to marry Bella Morta.
Ah, but is it she who you love? You told one of the servants to give you privacy so that you could spend time with your one true love. Imagine my surprise when I saw Bella Morta out riding. I asked myself, who could be your one true love? That's when I saw your manservant, Amore, leave the room.
Mother, surely you don't believe this nonsense?
I think somewhere, deep down, I have always known. I was blinded by wanting to unify the kingdoms that I forgot to account for your feelings, Roy. Amore? Is it true you love my son?
Yes, Your Highness, he is my greatest joy. Though I serve the crown and I know sacrifices must be made.
Speaking of sacrifices, there are more secrets to reveal, such as those of Bella Morta.
But Abra, I have no secrets. I seek to marry Roy and produce a royal heir. What other motive could I possibly have?
From the moment you arrived, I sensed you always wanted to be queen no matter the cost, though you didn't account for one thing, falling in love.
But Well, aren't you a clever bear, Mr. Cadaver? It is true I am in love, but not with Roy. I am in love with his younger brother, Blandon.
Blandon, is this true?
Yes, Mother, it is true. How did you work it out, Abra?
I saw Bella leave your room, Blandon, and I put the rest together. I snuck into your room, and that's when I discovered that the plot thickens. You planned to kill your older brother Roy once he was married, so that you and Bella could rule together.
Abra, you're too smart for your own good. But it's too late. Roy and I are already married.
Bella, that's where you're wrong. Since I objected, Sir Hitchelot has not said man and wife.
Well then, we will take the crown by force.
Not so fast, Blandon. Earlier today I mixed a little something in yours and Bella's drinks, which should kick in right now.
Oh my, they are both unconscious. Guards, take them to the dungeon. Abra, once again you have saved the day.
All in a day's work for Detective Abracadabra, who is definitely not a necromancer.
But Mother, with Bella in the dungeons, who am I to marry?
Roy, my son, you must marry for love. If Amore is your true love, you should seal it with a kiss.
Wow, of all the kisses ever rated, that has to be the most passionate. Love wins again.
But Mom, we can't get married by law.
Well, we'll have to change that right away. Shame this wedding will have to go to waste.
Does it have to go to waste, Queen Bee? Perhaps you have found a new love since the king died.
Abra, how did you know? Actually, I'm not surprised. It's true I'm in love with my most revered knight, Sir Hitchalot.
Well, Mother, if it's love, then maybe this wedding need not go to waste. By the power vested in me as the future king of this nation, I now pronounce you husband and wife.
Oh, Queen Bee, I have loved you from the moment I saw you. Let us have our happy ending.
And they all lived happily ever after. Or did they?
I know they have put us in the dungeon, Blandon, but they should have killed us. No one stands between Bella Morta and her crown.
Bella, I couldn't agree more. One day, when they're least expecting it, we will take what is rightfully ours.
Great work, queens, you sure know how to overact. Now, before giving you placements, we have a question. Who do you want to go home tonight and why? And if anyone says themselves, we're putting you straight in the lip sync. Let's start with you, Elle.
Oh, okay then. Well, I have to go off track record, I suppose. For that reason, I would say Yurio. I don't think he's giving Anime Superstar, despite what appears to be a good week this week.
I'm not threatened by L, because he was so one note in the challenge. I'm hoping Omin and Kay stick to our plan and try to destabilize Esdeath and Olivier.
Elle, thank you for answering. Almin, you're next.
Thanks, judges. If you were on set, you would have noticed that Esdeath lacked energy this week. I think she's become complacent in this competition. Esdeath seems to be on a downward trajectory, and at this point in the competition it should be only elevation.
Are you fucking kidding me? My track record is one of the best. I may have messed up a line or two, but my pinky toe was serving more than Almin did the entire challenge. Still, it's not surprising he wants to get rid of his biggest competition.
Thanks, Almin. Kay, what do you have to say?
I don't really like this question and I would prefer not to answer.
Kay, that's an answer for the pageant, not the main stage of Anime Superstars. If you want to be considered for the win this week, we need a proper answer.
Ouch. I just don't like having to throw a friend or fellow competitor under the bus. I'd rather boost up my sisters than tear them down. Fine, Esdeath, I suppose. Her performance didn't do it for me this week.
What is going on? I suppose I am that bitch. I guess the queens are trying to knock me down a peg. See if it works, Kay.
Thanks, Kay, for your honest answer. Olivier, what do you say?
This week, Elle and Almin dropped the ball on their performances. Elle has been inconsistent, and Almin's performance was by far the weakest. I think they should be in the bottom two.
Am I delusional? I thought I did well in the challenge. Why does Olivier think my performance was weak? Should I have learned the lip sync song?
Thanks, Olivier. Yurio, what do you think?
General Esdeath was the weakest this week. To be honest, I see her as a budget Lola. She's far too predictable. The moment the attention isn't on her, she does something to get camera time. It's too late to be resting on Pretty. Well, Pretty might be generous.
Oh, wow, Yurio. That was honest. Go off, Yurio. I saw Omin, Kay, and Yurio talking in the workroom before the challenge, and they've all said my name. I wonder if they are up to something.
Thanks, Yurio. Two left. Junta, what do you say?
Judges, General Esdeath needs to go. She constantly says she's that bitch. She's the narrator of the season. She's the fan favorite, and yet I only count one win. I think it's time for her to get a taste of some humble pie. If she's really as impressive as she boasts, why has she stalled in this competition? The reason is because she's all talk and no game. Sorry, not sorry, but it's Esdeath's time.
Such a predictable answer from Junta. I'm disappointed. He could have made much better TV if he said Kay or Ao Min. You want to see how TV is made? Watch this.
Thank you for the honest answer, Junta. Esdeath, you're last to go. What do you think?
Judges, you might as well send them all home and let me tell you why.
Send them all home? Oh my Esdeath, do go on.
Let me start by saying Elle's contribution to this competition has just been so forgettable. He's nice enough and has an interesting backstory, I'm sure. But what does that mean if you're always in the bottom? Next, we have Ao-min. He's already been eliminated, so every performance from here on out should be scrutinized and dissected. His performance tonight? A flat line. Send him home. Let's move on to Kay. Look, he's doing well in this competition, and he's received a lot of encouragement from the other queens and the judges. But anime's next drag superstar needs to start this competition with confidence and conviction. You can't go into every confessional crying about how great it is you found sisters and how you're finally starting to believe in yourself. That's the work you do outside the competition. You bring to the competition your best, most confident self. Kay is nowhere near ready. Let's see, who's next? Ah, yes, Olivier. She's slaying the competition, there is no doubt. But tell me, viewers, what is something interesting Olivier has done this competition? Go on. I'll give you a moment to try and think of something. Koopa and Daijin have contributed more, and they were first and second out. While I think Olivier is a fierce queen, she won't be remembered by season 3. Next is Junta. He's great for the camera, attractive, suave and decent actor, and he's steering the drama, thank goodness. Otherwise it would all rest on my shoulders, which are very sore from carrying the weight of this season. While Junta is an asset to the competition, I ask you this. Can he do more than act? Has he placed high in any challenge that hasn't involved acting or performance? No! Runways, trash. Design skills, trash. Talent show, meh. Safe, 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 safe. One snatch game, bottom 2, was carried to a win by his team in the girl group. I don't think Junta has the versatility to be anime's next drag superstar. And finally we come to... what's his name again? The Russian one. No, I don't remember. No further comment on him. So, judges, I think the answer is pretty clear. Send all these bitches home and give me the crown already.
Oh, it's going to be good when we send her home. Honestly, I can't wait. I hope it's this week. I really do.
Thank you, queens, that was most informative. Now let's talk placements. Kay, Junta, and Yurio, please step forward. Kay, we thought you did a great job playing the prince with a heart of gold. You were on even when the camera wasn't on you, which is the mark of a great performer. Junta, you didn't have many lines, but your timing is impeccable. We really have no notes. Yurio, you were easily on par with Junta and Kay, taking a risk with Bella Morta paid off. This is the Yurio we want to see each week, one ready to fight for his place. Unfortunately, your runway was a tad basic for top 7. Taking the acting challenge and runway into account, the winner of this week's challenge is Kay. Congratulations. If anyone had any doubt, you've proven you belong in this competition.
Oh my god. 2 wins in a row. This is amazing. I'm thrilled. I'm a real contender in this competition. I'm just so proud of myself.
Junta, Yurio, good job this week, you're safe. Olivier, you didn't place high, but you did enough this week to place safe. You may all step to the back of the stage. That leaves Ao-min and Esdeath as the bottom 3. Esdeath, you got a lot of shade from your fellow queens who want to see you go home. Should we put you in the lip sync? Top 7 isn't about playing it safe. You got your lines down pat, but we wanted to see more. Ao-min, your usual oomph was missing this week. We couldn't keep our eyes on you because your scene partners stole the show. At the end of the day, though, it's about who did the best in the challenge, and that was Esdeath. You're safe, but Esdeath, step it up. Or you'll find yourself in the bottom 2.
Another lucky escape. I'm annoyed to be placed low for a consecutive week. I'm not sure why my game is off, but now isn't the time for fuck-ups. I'm going to sort myself out before next week.
That means Ao-min and you're both up for elimination.
So yes, it is my 3rd time in the bottom. Though Ao-min has already been eliminated, he's going to be held to a high standard by the judges. I'm hoping I can pull off a 3 from 3 victory and become the lip sync assassin of the season.
Gosh, I really should have learned the song, shouldn't I? I honestly didn't see this bottom 2 placement coming. It's embarrassing to be a queen who doesn't know the words, and this is a fast-paced song. There is really nowhere to hide.
Queens, you were asked to prepare a performance to Kaiuran Hey Kids by the Oral Cigarettes, the theme song to Noragami. Aomin, Elle, good luck and don't fuck it up.
The music starts and Elle goes for it. High energy, very camp, lip-syncing every word. Aomin, on the other hand, I literally have no words. What the hell just happened?
Elle had a good lip sync.
I'm willing Alman to slay this lip sync. My heart literally skipped a beat watching him perform.
Aomin slayed the lip sync.
Gotcha. I actually did know the words and slayed every aspect of that lip sync. The judges ate my high energy performance. Once I start moving on stage, all attention is on me, as it should be.
Wow, what the hell just happened? Aomin, that was incredible. Elle, you also did well, but I'm sorry to say, this result is pretty clear.
It's fair enough. He slayed it. I'm not blind. I'm disappointed to leave so close to the end, but also proud of myself. I think I gave all I could give this time around. Maybe All Stars will be my time.
Aomin, Shantae, you stay. You can join the other queens. That means Elle, this isn't your time, friend. Though we think we've solved the mystery. It's Elle with the sewing machine taking the world by storm. But for now, sashay away.
I appreciate your kind words. Can I please take a moment to thank you for all your feedback? I've grown more than I could have hoped in this competition. And Mew too, call me. Let's do the damn thing on the road together.
Elle, don't you worry, I'm already there. In fact, if you don't mind judges, I'd like to walk Elle out.
Of course, Mew too.
Conceptual queens, destined for greatness. It looks like Elle and Mew 2 are blasting off again.
What an exit. Well, Queens, 2 more challenges before the finale. If there was ever a time to give it your all, it is now. Queens, you can go untuck.
The queens leave the stage and walk into Untucked. Kay snuggles close to Aomin and says he is happy to see him still here, and Aomin smiles saying he isn't going anywhere and they are making the finale together. Olivier asks if she can have a word with Esdeath in private. Olivier said she wants to get something off her chest. She says she felt betrayed by Esdeath this morning when she yawned at Olivier's choices in assigning the roles and saying on the main stage that Olivier hadn't done anything memorable all competition. Olivier says she values Esdeath but says she doesn't appreciate when people disrespect her, especially people she calls friends. Esdeath considers this for a moment and apologizes to Olivier. Olivier is taken aback. Esdeath says she also values Olivier and she didn't mean anything by it. Esdeath states that she enjoys being a bit dramatic and working the camera, but her performance in front of the camera is just that, a performance. Olivier asks if Esdeath would consider being more supportive towards her in the next few weeks and Esdeath nods. Esdeath said she respects Olivier and she'll find other ways to be overly dramatic. Olivier looks visibly relieved and lets out a chuckle. Esdeath goes to leave, but before she does she lingers close to Olivier. Esdeath said while they were chatting, there was something on her mind. Olivier tenses as Esdeath gets closer to her. Esdeath says she was surprised to enjoy their on-screen kiss as Sir Hitchalot and Queen Bee in the acting challenge. Esdeath said she didn't expect it, but she would be open to doing it again sometime, off-camera, if Olivier felt so inclined. Olivier remains frozen as Esdeath joins the others. The others congratulate Aomin for surviving the lip sync and for Kay winning the challenge. Everyone shakes Kay in a playful way and he grins ear to ear. They congratulate him on getting a solo win. Kay says he's coming for the crown, though all the other queens cock their heads and look at him competitively. The queens laugh, having a relaxed conversation and bonding. Ash, I'm concerned we haven't heard from Daijin all day. He was supposed to check in.
Yugi, I agree. Maybe it's time we call in a favor?
I agree, Ash.
How's it going, sluts? I'm just finishing filming an episode of Cartoon Drag Race World Tour. What's up?
Hi Verasica. We have a favor to ask. How soon can you get here?